today I am bringing you a speed paint of Axel from Kingdom Hearts, just in time for the release of Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, we can just pretend that it's out at the same time, okay? Hello! If you're familiar with drawing with waffles, which, I mean, considering how many times you guys mentioned her, I'm assuming you do. You might be familiar with her alphabetical order series, and this is something that I've always kind of wanted to do on my channel, but I never really, did it because, I just never thought that it was the right time, because I was never, satisfied with my art, and also people might be like, whoa, look at you, Waffles 2.0, and it's just, I didn't really want to, deal with that, but I mean, our art and our interests are different enough, so I think that I'm okay, making this kind of video. Ever since I was planning to do this series, I've always wanted Axel to be the letter A. And, you know, since the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 and Axel's at the beginning, I was like, hey, it's kind of the perfect time! Even though this isn't really, coming out at the same time as Kingdom Hearts 3, but shh. I spent a lot of time on this drawing because I just really wanted to get it right. Because Kingdom Hearts has been such, a big part of my childhood, and Axel is a character that just means so much to me because he's my favorite, and Kingdom Hearts is one of the series that really inspired me to work on character design and writing and just that sort of stuff. I also played a lot of Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days. I think that's how you say it. But that's probably my favorite Kingdom Hearts games, and I think it's a lot of people's favorite for a good reason. It's an amazing game. And it's really weird that Axel's my favorite because when he was first introduced, he was kind of seen as a villain, but it's I never really liked the villains, but anyways. Since Kingdom Hearts has had such a big part of my life impacted when I was younger and stuff, does that make any sense? I just really wanted to make this drawing the best that I possibly could, and I think that I did a pretty good job with it. I'm pretty happy with the end result. I kind of forgot how much I love Kingdom Hearts, but ever since Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I remember how much I loved it as a kid and how much I've been waiting for this game, because I've been waiting for literal years. And yeah, I'm just kind of really happy to have rekindled my love for this series, because I just forgot how incredible of a series that it really is. I mean, the story, it's a lot. Kingdom Hearts definitely isn't a series that you can just jump into. It's not even something where it's you can just play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and then play 3 and be fine. You need to play everything, otherwise you're going to be I literally don't know who half these people are or what's going on at all. Lucky for you guys, I'm not going to be talking about the plot. So if you wanted to get into Kingdom Hearts, don't worry, there's no spoilers or anything here, but also if you wanted to get into Kingdom Hearts, good luck. Also, another reason this took me a very long time is because the character design in Kingdom Hearts is kind of crazy, but, you know, it was still, a lot of fun. I had so much fun drawing this. This is probably, one of my favorite drawings, if not my favorite drawing that I've made, recently, in the past few months. And I can tell it's going to be one of my favorites for a while. I'm just so satisfied with the end result. It also did take me a little bit to, finish this drawing, though. 1, because I wanted to get it right. 2, because the character design is insane. But 3, also just because I'm still very unsure as to like where I want my digital art to go. I'm definitely feeling less and less of this, because I've talked about it before on my channel, I believe. Probably in like some of my old videos that you guys probably haven't watched. Honestly, good, but I would talk about how I'm not like super satisfied with like my digital art, and I felt a disconnect from like my digital art and my traditional art. It just always felt like it was made by two different people. And I still feel a little bit of that, but it's definitely like I'm getting better with it. Like I think now you can look at my digital art and my traditional art and it would be more understandable that it was made by the same person, because I'm figuring out how to translate my style better, because I think that was like the main thing, because since I've been a traditional artist for so long, I had a hard time like translating my traditional style into a digital medium, which, you know, I'm like I said, I think I'm getting better with it, but let me know what you guys think. This is just a really fun piece to experiment with and just figuring out when to do what. Like, I have a newfound love for the airbrush tool, and kind of like figuring out when to use that to make softer shading and when to not use it to make harsher shading. It's something that like I'm still kind of getting used to, so there might be some like mistakes here and there, or like a little like bits and pieces that look a little bit awkward, but I think that I'm getting there. I have seen people shade with the marker tool before, and I don't think I recorded it, but I did try that because like I did it with a sketch, which I'm, by the way, I can't share it and I'm so upset about it because I love the way it turned out. But it's for my webcomic and it's a character that I haven't announced yet and I'm not going to announce, and it sucks, but anyways, I think that for me the marker tool and like shading with it is definitely more for like a sketchy style, but I don't know how some people like they use it to shade and it's like, ooh yeah, look at me, I'm like super crisp and clean. Like, how do you do that? Can you guys like teach me your secrets? So yeah, I tried doing that. It didn't really work out well. I just kind of did like my normal shading with like a multiply layer and then like just the airbrush thingy. That's the technical term, fun fact. I also like played around with the line art in ways that I don't normally do, because normally what I would do with my line art, I saw it on Pinterest and I've just kind of been doing it because I liked the effect. It's where you make two line art layers. Like when you do your line art, you copy it and then you put the black layer on top, and then you make the other line art layer on the bottom a different color. So like if you have a drawing with a lot of reds, you would make it like a red or a pink. And then you would put the black line art layer to multiply, and then you could like play around with the opacities of both layers, and it would just help like bring the colors of the drawing out more. And for this, I kind of did something a little bit similar, but also like kind of different. I didn't use a black, I used more of like a dark red. So it's like kind of like a brownish red thing. And then once I put in the colors, I set that layer to multiply like I would normally do. And then like instead of making like a second layer and doing that like duplicate stuff, I locked the transparency. I preserved the opacity, and then I would sample a color that was underneath it and then color it. But then since it was on a multiply layer, the color would appear darker. And I don't know, I think that was like a fun thing to kind of experiment with. I didn't change like all of the colors though. Like I changed the stuff like kind of on the inside but then left the outside, if that makes any sense. So then that way it kind of like gives the illusion that there's like a dark outline around the whole thing while there's like still a lot of like softness to the line art. I also left like the edge like near the face and stuff, like where the face comes in contact with the hat. I don't know what I'm saying. But that part, I left that dark. It's kind of like lines here and there that I thought like it just looked awkward to change it. Those parts I left, but I'm really happy with the way that this line art turned out. The shading in the face is also slightly different from what I would normally do, because I want to be able to like, since I don't put a whole lot of detail in the structure of my face, I want to be able to use like shading and highlights to kind of mold a more unique face shape, because the style of Kingdom Hearts and my art style, they're very, very different. Because Kingdom Hearts is definitely like, it's very realistic proportions and like super 3D and amazing, and mine isn't. Mine is very like 2D and illustrative, and it's not that like one is better than the other. It just means that like when I'm trying to draw it in my art style, I come across some difficulties. Like Kingdom Hearts has also like a lot of like sharp edges and spiky hair, and like for example when I draw hair I usually draw it like poofy and flowy and soft, which is the complete opposite of Kingdom Hearts hair. And so I tried to like find a happy medium where it's like it's still recognizable as Axel, but it still like suits my style a bit more. And the face is just another one of those things that I struggled with, because it's like I wanted to keep like my sort of style while also like capturing his likeness, which I mean, considering I have a little bit of same face syndrome, it's also contributing to the problem. But ignoring that, I had like a lot of fun, even though it was kind of a pain in the butt, trying to like shade his face to make it look like my style, but also his face. Speaking of his face though, I actually had so much difficulty trying to decide if I should put like his little face marks on his face, like his little like upside down teardrop things, because I feel like they're very iconic, but also it's like in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is kind of what sparked my interest to do this, he doesn't have them because of stuff. A little bit of spoiler, I guess. It's not that big of a deal, but, you know, I just wasn't sure if I should do that. In the end, I decided against it because, again, like Kingdom Hearts 3. But really, I think I could have gotten away with doing it because it's like the references that I was looking at, it was all like official, like artwork and like screenshots and stuff. But his design changes ever so subtly. Like, it's still the same character, obviously, and it's still identifiable as like the same character. But it's like, just like minor differences. It's like, okay, well, the pattern on his little like chain thing around his neck, that's slightly different. Or like the seams on his coat work in like a slightly different way, and his boots are a bit different. And really, I kind of just did like a mesh of everything because like I had to use multiple references anyway to get like different angles and stuff. So really, I kind of just like mushed it all together. So yeah, I could have gotten away with doing the face marks, but in the end, I just decided against it anyway. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed in the line art phase, but I had quite a bit of trouble with his nose. I just feel like noses are one of those things in my art that I'm just never happy with. Like, I can't find a way to draw noses that I think looks good in my style. And maybe you guys feel differently about it, but I don't know, I feel like the noses are something that are just like, the noses are the thing of my art style that changes the most, I feel like, and I'm never happy with it. I'm quite happy with his nose here, but I don't think it looks like his nose necessarily. Which is a little upsetting because I really liked the way the rest of his face came out, and I think that the rest of his face looks like his face. But, you know, it is what it is. And I'm not saying that I hate it. I am, like, very happy with the way that this drawing turned out. I was also absolutely torn between, like, what outfit to draw him in, because at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, he has, like, this new outfit. And I was like, oh my god, he looks amazing. That's my boy. Look at him. Whipping out the guns, but I decided against drawing that. And it was so tough to make that decision because I absolutely loved the outfit and I want to draw the Sea Salt Trio just being adorable. But I decided to do his coat because, like, his coat is more iconic, like, it's more recognizable as Axel. But I am definitely going to be drawing him in his new outfit, so I'll probably be posting that on Instagram if you're interested, so check that out. Another thing that I had quite a difficult time with, which you don't see here because I did this off camera, but in my sketchbook I was trying to come up with like pose ideas, and so I was doing like little thumbnails in my sketchbook, and I was just never happy with how they came out, because if you've watched Waffle's series about this, she would like pose her characters where they're like standing up and they're like not always interacting with their letter, but she incorporated the letter. And I kind of wanted to incorporate the letter because that's like a cool idea, and you know, I'm already stealing this whole series idea, so but I couldn't find like a pose that worked really with him and like standing up, and I didn't want to just like copy it exactly and just have like a giant letter in the background. So he's kind of like sitting down-ish, kind of like crouching down, he's just like holding his letter, and it's probably going to be like a similar pose idea for like all of them. They're probably just going to be like sitting or crouching or something and holding their letter, which might be a little bit unoriginal. But I don't know, I feel like it's a lot easier to come up with sitting poses that are more unique than like standing poses, because I tried. I couldn't find something that was like working but also like worked as Axel, if that makes any sense, because it's like I could come up with a good pose, but the pose didn't suit him as a character. But in the end, I'm really happy with this pose. I think it does, like, definitely suit him and his personality, and it incorporates his little, like, catchphrase that he always says.
Got it memorized? Got it memorized? Got it memorized?
So yeah, in the end, I think I did him justice. I hope I did him justice. Because like I said before, he's just a character that means so much to me, so I really wanted to make something that I loved. And I'm happy to say that I did that. I really, really like this drawing. And even though I kind of faced, like, difficulties drawing this, I'm kind of reluctant to call them difficulties, because, I mean, they technically are difficulties, but I would refer to them more as obstacles that I had to overcome. Because when I say difficulties, it makes it sound like it was, like, frustrating, and, like, I wanted to give up, and that I just didn't enjoy this, but that's not true. Like, even when I was, like, for lack of better words, struggling to, like, find something that worked in this drawing, like, as you can see now, I was adding, like, the highlights, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to go about it, because it's, like, I add a lot more highlights in my traditional art than in my digital art, because I haven't found a way in my digital art to like make it work. And so here I was kind of just trying to like make it work and like add like more highlights in the way I would with my traditional art, but make it like not crap. I feel like a lot of the times nowadays, whenever something like is getting in my way, I'm not happy with how something's turning out, I just get frustrated and want to give up. But in here, where it's like, you know, when I was experimenting with the highlights or having a hard time with his nose, or if you saw in the sketching phase, his mouth, I was having a hard time, but I wasn't like getting frustrated with it. I was just like, okay, let's just work on this until I find something that I like. And it's been a while, I think, since I've been able to do that with my art, and I'm really happy that I'm able to like get back into just being happy with creating. Because really, at the end of the day, I had so much fun with this drawing, and I think that helps that it was Axel, because like I had so much fun like seeing what he would look like in my art style, because it has been so long since I've drawn him. I think the last time I drew him was in like 2016, which was literally 3 years ago. So it's been quite a while. And it was just so fun to like revisit him and just rekindle my love for this series, because really it's an amazing series, and it's a lot if you want to get into it. Like, there's so much you need to know, but if you have the time, I think that it's worth it, and I could definitely recommend this series. It's just, it means so much to me, and I think that it's just such an incredible series with incredible characters, some more than others, but overall, I'm just really happy with Kingdom Hearts, and I'm really happy with this drawing, and I'm gonna stop being sappy now. I feel like this commentary is getting a little bit repetitive, but I can't help it. I love Kingdom Hearts, and I love Axel, and I love this drawing. Kind of random, but I have gotten a couple of questions asking if I could talk about my process with digital art, and I think eventually I can talk about like the things that seem consistent with my digital art if you guys are interested, but since I'm still not quite sure what my process is because it's still changing, I get a lot of questions about like tutorials, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just making it up as I go along, but if you guys want, I can pour my bullshit onto you. I've been rambling for way too long. You guys tell me that like you like my rambling, which I mean, thank you, but also I just get distracted so easily, like what I'm doing right now, because I'm supposed to be ending this video. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you liked it as much as I did. Are you into Kingdom Hearts? Let me know, because, you know, there are some opinions about Kingdom Hearts. I personally still really like it, and if you like Kingdom Hearts, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know why. And if you like it, who's your favorite character? And what did we learn today? We learned that I sometimes don't hate my art. Only sometimes, though. I usually do, yeah. I usually do. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more art stuff, and then the occasional random video here and there. My social media are on screen now, and also linked in the description below if you want to visit me there. I'm most active on Instagram, so I could recommend going there over anything else. There's also a video on screen now for you to watch, and I'll leave something in the iCard for you. Thank you for watching this video, and I will hopefully see you next week. Bye.